Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an angle to the race we might look back on later as having been a path to finding the winner. Well, a mixed meeting at Sha Tin on Sunday, and the first race we're going to look at is race 5, our winning factor, the distance. Now this is a dirt sprint, 1200 metres on the dirt for the Class 4 horses, and I'm sure there'll be cases made for quite a few in the race, including Shining Fortune and Gluck Racer, who will be running on at the finish. But I think the core chances look the well-graded California Concord from a nice draw. Lucky Ruby finally has a suitable draw after having a series of tough runs all season, and the ultra-consistent Yellowfin returns to 1200 metres. And Yellowfin is where I really want to focus, coming off his last start second over 1400 metres when he did everything but win, despite his racing manners. Now he's here in mainly white and yellow colours. He begins well, and his natural pace puts him in the right position early. But if you look closely at the video here, you can see he wants to fight Vincent Ho, something that has been a problem with him even at 1200 metres, but that slow second sectional really sets him off. Now around the home turn, he comes out 3 wide and goes past Blissful Star and actually looks the winner in the straight, but after wasting his energy in the run, that comes back to hurt him late, and Blissful Star comes back to beat him. Now I think a major rival here is California Concord, who's never won in Class 4, but that's because he's lived his whole life in Class 3. That is until last start when he dropped to Class 4 for the first time. We're going to take a look at that performance. This is race 411. He's in mauve and yellow colours, gate 4, and California Concord begins well, better than those inside him actually, but he doesn't cross to the rail early and ultimately, surprisingly, finds himself 3 wide, but with cover behind the eventual winner, Adafil. As a result of being wide and coming around the home turn wide, he gets outpaced and loses some ground there before applying himself well in the straight and almost takes second at the post behind the runaway victor. Now this time California Concord has a change of jockey to Alfie Chan, but he also importantly has a change of barrier to barrier 1. And when we take a look at the map, if he breaks like we saw in that replay, well, California Concord should be able to hold his place. Probably still behind the leader as Lucky Ruby, Great For You, and possibly Gem of South China press forward, but this time getting the advantage of the rail. However, it also looks a nice setup for Sure Joyful and for Yellowfin. Now he can use his pace this time to be close up behind the lead, but I think there'll be enough speed this time to help him relax a bit better and finish his race off. So the tip in race 5, Yellowfin, his winning factor, the distance. You can see he did too much in the run there to run out 1400 metres last time. He's coming back to a more suitable assignment this time, and he has a very high place strike rate so far. He hasn't won one, but he's going to break through shortly, and I think he gets a great setup here and a nice map. The other race I want to look at is race 10, and our winning factor here, the map. A very interesting Class 3 here over 1600 metres with some potential relevance at this late stage for the Derby. So I think there will be eyes on Alacrity from the Jamie Richards barn, John Size trained Beauty Inspire, who disappointed last start. Harvey Nagila has been running well without quite finding a race scenario to suit, and the likelihood that Massive Action can improve, as can the lightweights Happy Day, Ching and King's Capital. So let's take a look at a couple of the runs that caught the eye in one of the key lead-up races. And this is race 416, gate 13, Alacrity. He's in diamond colours with white sleeves, and King's Capital, gate 10, purple and pink colours. They're the ones we're watching here, and both go back from their wide draws in the early stages, and they find the fence, one following the other, and the speed is just steady, and then the leaders sprint home quite strongly. So certainly no advantages to them being back in the field there, but both rail up, apply themselves well in the straight, and get into third and fourth positions on the line. Both nice efforts there, particularly Alacrity at his first Hong Kong start, and you'd think that both horses will be suited by going up 200 metres to 1600 metres on Sunday, but That doesn't always work out. Beauty Inspire was a very strong finishing effort and caught the eye at his Hong Kong debut, but things went wrong when he stepped up to 1600 metres last time. This is race 435 from gate 8, the familiar beauty colours, pink, white and black. And after drawing better than his debut and stepping up in distance, he was to be ridden closer. But you can see here when nobody else wanted to lead, rider Luke Curry was left in front on Beauty Inspire, something he didn't want and something Beauty Inspire didn't want. He wanted to run. He fought the jockey and was left without anything in the tank when the serious business started, and quite disappointing here, dropping out of contention in the final 200 metres. Hugh Bowman takes over on Sunday, and I doubt we'll see Beauty Inspire in front this time. And even in a race where being in front could be a little bit of an advantage. It isn't for nothing that I made the map the winning factor here, because the map in this race is absolutely critical and quite unusual. Let's take a look at it. Rarely do you see a map so heavily skewed towards just one horse. Almost every runner in this race likes to sit back and run on, or would, like Beauty Inspire, prefer to have some cover and be switched off to relax. But the exception is Massive Action. Now, he loves to lead, and he gets a clear invitation here to control the speed in front. Now, the problem that always occurs when you see a map like this is that a few others will look at it the same way and maybe change their tactics in an effort to take the initiative, but it doesn't always suit those horses, so that's a difficult one to predict. Massive Action, on the other hand, he will be out in front. We know where he'll be, and the last time that he got to control the speed in front was back in December. And let's take a look at what happened then. Race 261, he's the grey horse in gate 3, blue and yellow colours, and he's the only one who really wants the lead here, so Derek Lung is in no hurry to get in there, just bowling through very slow sectionals for the first half of the race before he starts to wind things up again from the 800 metre turn. And then once he straightens up for home, he really floors Massive Action and runs them ragged down the straight. His rivals never really look like getting to him. So the tip in race 10, Massive Action. His winning factor, the map. Now, if he certainly isn't the best horse here. There are bigger names and horses that will go on to do bigger things in racing than Massive Action. But the one thing that is true here, he's very honest and he will get everything to suit him, but it might not suit a few others. Well, that's it from the winning factor for this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.